this hand is interesting. We've got a Seek Power to try and get some Primal. If we get one more, we're good. I'm going to keep it. I think we're good here. We get double Scout, too. And yeah, I'm going to keep the Torch. There's always the possibility that they're really aggressive, and it's worthwhile to keep it. Ooh, also a Sigil. This might be the mirror match. They also kept on top. So we're going to Crest. And we see a Seek Power. Which might almost be useful because we do have the Wisdom. I think it's useful enough. I think we keep it. So go Primal Sigil and pass. We also need another Fire to get Heart of the Vault online, so it's not unreasonable to want to do that. Our opponent is in Shadow, so are they going to be like a Crown deck? I'd say that's fairly likely. Sadly, I have to get another Primal, despite not being able to play Heart of the Vault. But Wisdom of the Elders should draw us another Fire, so we can. And we'll just leave up Equivocate Torch. I feel like this is probably one of the really slow, like, Mask Crown decks that have been running around a little more often of late. Ooh. Keep on top again. Ooh, Brenn is nice. I kind of want to Brenn plus Wisdom, but honestly, probably the best play is to just Wisdom and pass. Like, wait, pass, and then use Wisdom and the Torch at the end of our turn, or our opponent's turn, rather. We don't need to get too spicy yet. On your feet, Wanderer! Alright, yeah, I've got to imagine this is a Mask deck. So let's go Wisdom. I could Equivocate. I don't think that's super necessary yet. And there we go. That's what I wanted. So we now have what we need for Heart of the Vault.
What do you seek?
We're just going to play Brenn and get that out of here. We do not want to mess around with Devoted Theurge. Most 4-drops are going to be worse than it. We'll have to see. Rude. Well, good news. We still have double Heart of the Vault. This is one of the things with the Brenn, is that Brenn kind of takes up a little bit of the heat that some of your other units would be taking up. So I have liked it for that. Like, Brenn often doesn't get to go off from what I've seen in this deck, but it ends up being a Lightning Rod. If they don't deal with it, then it can be nasty. And if they do deal with it, well, then it lets your other things be nastier. So I kind of like that. Another Torch. Okay. And a Brenn.
What do you seek?
What do you seek, opponent? So we'll Torch them because it'll actually let us hold up the other Torch, and it'll activate the Brenn. I think that's reasonable. If we can, we want a few activations on Brenn before we get like a Channel the Tempest or something, and we want to play the cards that we draw off of it. And it puts it on the bottom. It's an interesting list.
Which would you like?
Marison's Disciple. Was that the one that we gave them? Yes. Yes, it was. We can just wait. This actually gives us power. Interesting. Channel them in the face, and then go for Torch. It'll activate Brenn even if they counter it, so I think that's okay. And we'll shoot that. I want to risk our Brenn in a, like, lightning strike scenario. Yep, there we go. And a figure. Oh, we're so close. They're at 10. I mean, there's not a lot of board wipes they can have. They can certainly just kill our Heart of the Vault. Yep. But We've got a very nice moment of creation here. So Strategize first, which will get us a bunch of power. Go to 9. Which actually means that we can Strategize again if we want. I don't mind seeing extra cards. Another Brenn. Don't think Lightning Storm is going to be useful here. Looking pretty good. Nice. Ooh, this hand is powerful. It does have a Scout. It does have a Hailstorm. We just need to buy a little bit of time. If this is a Wisdom, I think I'd snap keep it. We are on the play. It has 2 Scouts. I think I keep this, actually. I know that sounds a little bit crazy, but we're a slower deck. We don't mind being the control deck. And we've got a really good early game card against like an aggro deck. And this is fine if we want to go really, really long against somebody else, because we've got a ton of gas that we can draw, and we can definitely power it all out. We've got a bunch of scouts, so I think that's perfectly fine. We're going to get a fire here. So now we can play everything except for channel. We're very, very close to channel, though. So, Crest. Looks like our opponent is probably on control. I've got to imagine this is a Feln deck. Although you never know. Like our last opponent, they could also just be playing time for reasons. Crest of Fury. Ooh, no, we do not need another Crest. I mean, Scout's cool and all, but we've got a lot of power. I'm not sure why I thought about that at all. I think I paused for a moment because I thought I didn't have enough fire, and I was like, oh right, yeah, no, I'd seek power for it. So, certainly unnecessary. Oof. Yeah, we don't want our Hailstorms in this matchup, though. That's the downside.
Little brothers, let us feast!
That not dying to Hailstorm anymore does make it pretty nasty. So let's go Heart of the Vault, shoot it. Oh wow, Equivocate. Nice. We're just gonna get rid of it now, before they can kill this and draw some cards. That was an excellent, excellent top deck. And I was just gonna be try and be happy to mitigate the losses by going Lightning Storm, Hailstorm or something. After they killed it, because I kind of assumed that was dying. So what we really need here is like a moment of creation. We do have 4 things, so we get a couple 4/4s. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. Hello, channel.
Unleash the
I'm just gonna shoot it. I'm too worried about them drawing like a Heart of the Vault or another channel or something off the top of our deck. I don't want them to have that.
Soldiers!
Oof. Yeah, Field Captain. Kinda medium. So we're gonna shoot that, and then Hailstorm. Guess I should strategize here first. That is a lot of crests. They didn't really need the Field Captain, though. Permafrost. Rude. Dark Return. Goodness. Alright, so Film Bloodcaster back online. I can Torch Hailstorm it. I'm not sure that that's really useful. I mean, I could just Equivocate into Moment. That's not a bad idea. I think that's the better thing to do. A couple of 8/8s should end the game pretty fast. And a couple of 9/9s will do even better. Oh man, we are so much in the driver's seat now. Moment of Creation is a heck of a card at 7. Strategize, and I'm imagining in Cold Blood or Feeding Time. Yep, there you go. I like Feeding Time a lot more. Good choice from our opponent. Swing on in. I'm not sure if I want to use Torch yet. There's a likelihood that we need to pop Aegis. Although there's another Torch, so sure. Let's make a couple 10-10s. They're better than 9-9s. I have to do it. And game. Woo! Okay, game 3 here. I have Torch, Equivocate. I'm a little bit low on power. I don't have any way to draw, so it's going to be tougher to play. Channel. Sandstorm Titan probably comes down there. I'm on the draw, too. I think this is actually a pretty decent keep.
Time quickens.
Initiate of the Sands, turn 1. Do we just pop it? Bolt the bird! Really, I guess it's like bolt the chick. Let's get it. I'm gonna do it. It's a really greedy play because it's just assuming that our opponent needed it. But generally, you'll keep a hand based on that kind of a thing, so I'm okay with that. We have the double time. Double Primal is more important early, and then right afterwards it's really important for us to get a lot of fire so we can play Flame Blasts and Heart of the Vaults. The mana in this deck is a little dicey. Yeah. Like, do I even keep that? I do have double Sandstorm Titan to hold down for a while. I think the right thing to do is bottom it. It looks like our bid to bolt that paid off because they haven't done anything since. Yup. Sometimes you just bolt their initiate and their whole hand crumbles. Nice. I rolled the dice and it worked. One time and we get the Sandstorm Titan. Sandstorm. Yes. Yeah, it is Sandstorm. Wow, I'm being crazy today. I think... Yeah, I gotta keep this. We've got the Scout. It seems fine. I like what's going on here.
Die with honor.
Ooh, we are against the super aggressive deck. Crest the Fury. Another Brenn. Brenn does block pretty well against Oni Ronins and Rakano Outlaws. What blocks better is Sandstorm Titan. I'm gonna bottom. I'd really like to draw like a Lightning Storm. Sky Crag. Yeah, alright. Opponent's on that grind to masters.
What do you seek?
They seek my head, unfortunately. I don't like it. Stop them, Brenn! No, Brenn! That's not stopping them. At least we still have our Brenn, so we might be able to, like, Lightning Storm. Oh, that's all of our most expensive cards. Let's not have that, actually. Let's get something a little cheaper. Like a Hailstorm, maybe. I mean, I do get Sandstorm Titan next turn. The game's not over, but we are in, wow, a lot of trouble. And that is not helping. Really not helping. Has my incredible win streak come to an end? Ooh, they didn't attack. If we draw fire, we can get Heart of the Vault online, and then Moment. I mean, Moment for 0? Goodness gracious. If they had something, they would have attacked, so we can definitely smash back. Oh my god, we could do it. Oh my god, Brenn! Right! Brenn does it! Oh, Brenn is the best! I love Brenn now. Brenn's my best pal. Look at what Brenn did for us there. Let us seek power so that we had it undepleted for the Heart of the Vault. Okay, it's minimal, but man, Brenn is actually pretty sweet. It might not be a lot, but it's enough. We still play a moment. That is a very big outlaw. I think I'm gonna play one just to have jump blockers, which is stupid, but what do you do? I do have Permafrosts. And if I use a moment to get some into the void, then I'll be able to play bigger moments. Opponent is really stuck on power. Like, they've had way too much. I feel for them. It's going to be a very tough game for them to win now, though. We can still play moment. Brenn, I really like you. Brenn's a buddy. And is that the game, as they say? I think that it is. I mean, even if they block and live, it's essentially the game. Moment plus torch again is enough. Whew, scary start, but our opponent drew really poorly here, unfortunately. Okay. And they're actually just dead if I torch them in the face. And we go for 11 power. Nice. Here we are in the finals. Desperately hoping to get that 5-0. And, sorry, I was thrown off because it was showing warp on the top there. Does it do that? Is that a bug? Huh. Like, it feels like it's showing us that we already have another Heart of the Vault with this opening hand. God, I actually like this hand. It's clunky. Maybe it was just showing that Heart of the Vault was in our opening hand? That might be what it is. I feel like I should have noticed that before. I've played a lot of Warp. But I like this hand because we can strategize. Yeah, I actually like that. I know that we're short of the Primal, but with Strategize and Seek Power, we should be able to draw one more.
This'll do
all we
the
need.
trick.
Should do the trick, but will it? Okay, so we'll Crest again. Fire Sigil. No, we have everything we need for Heart of the Vault, just we need the power. I am quite terrified, yeah, I was gonna say, of our opponent slamming things like Sandstorm Titan really early here.
What do you
Brenn.
seek?
They're not going to have any traditional, like... They're not going to have a torch or something. They might have a Permafrost, but they're probably not going to be able to kill Brenn. If they want to use a Hailstorm on it, that's probably fine. Oh no. They're playing New Feast Caller. New Feast Caller is pretty good, by the way. Just as an aside. Feast Caller went from being a 4-3 to a 4-4, so it doesn't die to your own Hailstorms anymore. And it makes it pretty bonkers, actually. We're just gonna Frost that, and take a bunch of damage from this Sandstorm Titan. This thing is kicking our teeth in.
Safe travels, friend.
Amber Acolyte. Luckily, that's not pushing through Brenn. And we do get to gain some power back on the Strategize here. Ooh, I really need that Primal. I need it real bad. Okay, Flame Blast. Cool and all. I'm gonna take the Primal. Lightning Storm. I mean, killing the 2/2 ones is not nothing. But I'd rather make sure that I can get the Heart of the Vault online. Let's pass the turn again. Yeah. This is unfortunate. Oh no, Crest isn't enough for us to play hard. That isn't either. Well, it looks like we are in fact very dead. I can't think of a way to live. Yeah, I was gonna say if there is one though, it involves that, so. Alright. It was pretty close. We did a really good job, I think, with this deck. This deck worked out well. And I was very happy with the way it performed. Could have done a few things different in that game. Hard to beat a turn 3 Sandstorm Titan, though. I don't know, maybe I just shouldn't have kept the hand. The hand was slow and clunky, so it was vulnerable to that kind of a draw from an opponent. I just like the fact that it was able to get Primal right away and then Strategize. And right now the meta is a lot of slower, kind of mid-rangey decks. And their deck was like that. I think that normally we'd have a pretty good matchup. But the problem is that if they have something like a Trailmaker, they can have explosive early game hands too. Which is something that we're suffering from. It's possible that this deck wants a couple more Sandstorm Titans to go less, you know, over the top and just be a little bit better against some aggro lists. It does definitely sacrifice some of the play on aggro side to get some sweet interactions with things like Flame Blast. If you're having trouble with this deck against an aggro deck, I would probably cut Flame Blast, put in more Titans, just go less into all in on the Brenn. Brenn is kind of nice for stopping a lot of the aggro lists anyways, though. I mean, it blocks Oni Ronins and stuff just fine in a Skycrag matchup, or even Rakano, like Rakano Outlaw, it stonewalls it for a while. They will be able to get the Warcry, but you don't care too much about that. You'll get more value than they will later on. In any case, I hope you all enjoyed this video series this week, and I will see you again next week. Look out in the nearest future for my MTG game show. So I'm going to do a Magic the Gathering game show. I'm going to do it live on Twitch, and I've lined up a few cool guests already, but I need to do some finishing touches on it still for sure. Probably at the start of May. So keep an eye out for that, and if you want to support any of it, you can check out my Patreon or my sponsor, inkgaming.com. I've got a really cool Ink Gaming promo code down below, where if you type in Ilyon 12, then you will get 12% off your order. And my Patreon link is at the end of the video, so you can always check it out there. And I've got lots of cool rewards and different things that I would like to do if we can get the funding for them. So if you check that out, I'd really appreciate it. I'll see you next week.